Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. The essence, what makes you come to Satsang? The essence is always here. Now, to realize that, to see that, one has to give a split second to himself to open to that, to be open to that. How? Neti. But even more than that, because neti is, I am not this experience, I'm not what I think, I'm not what I feel. It is, the essential is to see that the experiencer loses its reality as a permanency. Then that essence is glimpsed and it's obvious for the rest of your life. In the mind, there will be wavering between forgetfulness and remembrances. But who cares? That is the mind. But you have seen that the essence is always here, regardless of states of your mind. That's it for today. Of course it can be very impossible first, it looks like, then difficult, and then no more, happily, to imagine that it will not be me as the one I know, even if half of my knowing of myself is not known, yet it is something. Yeah, the mind makes it difficult because he based all his existence on the knowledge I am born. And what means I am born? It's really the body and the mind. So there is kind of expression which are indication to show it's when we are not there that the essence is obvious or your real nature is obvious. But it's not really like that. It is when the base, we think it's the only base we have, I am born, because we base everything on body-mind for this existence. So the base has to lose its reality. It's the arrogance to be first. That so at some point it makes sense to question what we thought was unquestionable reality. Who am I? What is this I? And you don't need an answer here, because otherwise it's again an experience and a owning by someone. But it can lead you to lose the arrogance to think you are first. Prior to first. So, when you have a glimpse of it, out of the blue, you can have a glimpse of it. Why you need to work more to know it? It's because the arrogance, the previous beliefs, what I am is this body-mind, still has this move to want to experience it, to own it, to make it his thing, his achievement. So here one has to be vigilant, not to fall into this proposition of the mind. I, as the one I know about myself, will never be he can only experience enlightenment. He will never be what I said in the beginning. I don't remember. I must be tired a bit. It cannot be the owning of someone. The maximum he can get is an experience of, which comes and goes. And the fantasy, the fascination, the belief the mind makes is that, oh, I glimpsed it, so one day I am all the time like this. Never. This will never happen. It's not possible. Because when you glimpsed, you were not there. You were not owning anything. You forgot all about your individuality. You didn't attach a quality to yourself, as we do all the time. So the quality of enlightenment also should not be attached. It can appear, of course, and one enjoys it. It will disappear. So don't enter in the fantasy that one day this experience is more true and will be permanent. You will be like somebody enlightened. Still can happen, but it's fake. It's not in time. Time is necessarily day and night. Any question? Anything you want to share? Welcome. You want me to speak?
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's just a thought, but the illusion that we live and have a body is, we can't escape it.
We can't escape, sure. We speak about that in this.
Yeah, but it's as I said, it's a thought, to know who we really are. Then this life, we don't have to take so seriously. I suppose that's what I'm kind of getting at. So
Why this conclusion? If I take it less seriously, or if I take it very seriously, it's still in the manifestation.
But we can't escape it, can we?
As a person, we can't escape it.
No.
That's why for the one who speaks, it's not an illusion. I don't like this word illusion, I tell you. I prefer, even though it indicates may be the same, but if you speak from this body-mind, it's not an illusion. It's very real for all what we belong to. It's very real for what it created. What it is, then I can take the word, but it has to be, we have to be vigilant also with this word. The essence which allowed you to appear, to take birth, that's always here. So something which is always here, it cannot belong to time. So that is the essence. And from there, you are created. So, in fact, you are not different from the essence, but the form is a limited aspect of it.
Yes, good, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you see, if you say, and it will be somebody, if you say, okay, I take life lightly because I have seen what it is and all that, you apply the indications to give you a moment of obviousness of what is. You apply it to the manifestation. Why? The manifestation is already as it is, and it is that itself. What an arrogance. Because then it means your way of life will surely change. I am becoming better. I am, as a somebody, I'm nearer the reality. What is all this bullshit? Isn't it? Ah. Yeah.
I don't mean to dismiss it. It's
to dismiss what?
To dismiss reality. It's just to see, not to take it less.
No, you have seen you have seen that it's not fully what you are, or it's what you are, but in forms.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yes.
Sure.
And from there, I don't take myself. It's you lose the arrogance. Sometimes, yes. Yeah.
There is some results, but in time, so it's sometimes. And it doesn't matter. It matters for your life, maybe, but it doesn't really matter. Here you see you cannot attain one thing for granted in this world. I really tell you.
Thank you.
Please. One, of course, in its individual life may have some changes and all that, but the changes are in time, so it's never always. Yeah. I give you an example of a beautiful young man who went to Papaji, and he got a beautiful glimpse, but probably he made it a glimpse. So when Papaji left the body, he went to Arunachala, and his experience was that all this is an illusion. But then he applied that to the life. And one day, he became thinner and thinner, dirtier and dirtier, because who cares? It doesn't matter also, but I just tell. One day, I was spending the night in the mountain, making some rice or something. And he's passing by. So I invite him, and he sits and he doesn't want to take food. I say, but why? Because I'm not the body. You know that he starved, he died out of starvation. So, you see better now that all this is the indication to allow the one you think you are to free itself for a moment, to have the obviousness of it, which can never leave you unless you make it a something. And to make it a something is in time again. You see? Okay, great. Before Shankara, I don't think anybody spoke of illusion. It is him who introduced that notion Maya, which was, of course, excellent. It was a way of teaching, but it was a way of teaching. And of course, as things in time go on changing, it has been taken as a concept of truth. Truth can never be caught in a concept, cannot be defined. And whatever is said is an indication. Generally, an indication is not a teaching. It appears in responding to a demand. So some concepts are created specially to remove another deeply rooted concept. It doesn't mean it's like that. It's an indication. Yeah. Wherever I go, it's really that the difficulty, you see. It's not so much about having not got a glimpse or something. It is to to be convinced that as the glimpse has been put into the life, into as an experience, realization also will be like this. But a permanent glimpse. This is the main thing that no ears like to hear. How do you call this un glissement de terrain? Landslide. Yeah. I insist to say it's an image, it's an indication, but it's a bit like we are on the ground and we take everything from there and we can work only from there, and then suddenly there is a landslide and your base suddenly is somewhere else. It's somewhere else. But here one has to hear. The landslide is part of the illusion. It's part of the belief I was not myself before. So this landslide experience, which is generally a glimpse, what is seen, it has to, will make one see that this sensation or this experience is part of my search. It was never real. It's part of my search. And then I think what was called a glimpse before will not be a glimpse. It just is. It just is. And the search disappears. But people take the experience of landslide for it, because it speaks of it, it has an experience of it. But then they what? They were not there like this before, and then they are suddenly real. As somebody. No. It's part of the search, the seeker. So when that is seen, then what else do you want? What else do you want to do? What? In reality, I am all the time the essence. Now, as a creature, I come and go, I rise and disappear. Sure.
Hi.
Hi. Cool.
So who sets off?
Cool. Be cool.
Be cool. Yeah.
What?
Why am I looking a little uncool?
It's okay.
Come.
It's okay. Yeah, I listen.
So who sets off the landslide?
Who sets?
Who starts the landslide?
The seeker. The seeker wants so much to be free that he is into that state, so it can come out of the blue, it looks like a result of his investigation, but So it's the seeker. The seeker.
But he doesn't do it. He can't do it. He can't.
He can't do it, yeah, right. At the same time, this question is very difficult. Because you see, most of the people, they have been searching. But it happens that it happens to someone like Ramana.
Yeah.
It happens like this. It's rare, but it happens. So we have to mention that too. So it means it's really not the result of investigation. Now, no. I am a bit at loss to reply you, because at the same time, in this manifestation, as someone, if you are taken by that search of to realize what is your essence, it requires an essentiality. Essentiality? It requires fire for it. But it can happen also differently. So, and also I really know it's not the result of any practice. I don't know here, my dear. I cannot reply. Because you see, in spirituality, now I speak of the field of spirituality, what is believed is that you will meditate so well, let's say, or practice something so well, that the achievement will be that, freedom. There will be an achievement, and it can be the glimpse, but it will remain a glimpse because the meditator or the experiencer has not been included in that. He believes in the landslide.
Yeah.
He believes it's due to my practice that I got this, which is true, but as an experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sort of taken by the word impossibility, which
Yeah.
you said to me last week and today. And
But it's also a concept.
yeah,
It's a concept because we think, oh, it's possible with many means which are offered. So in that way we say, no, it's impossible. It will not be by a means. So it's a concept, huh? Counter-concept.
and I think sitting here, let's say, trying to be quiet during satsang is useless. It seems it's not. It's futile.
It's useless because you want to be quiet, thinking. In quietness there is more reality, but it's a quality you offer yourself, and I offer something else. I say to this I who wants to be quiet or who feels it's that, this I, nothing wrong. What is wrong is the quality we take for real. So, seeing that, what you do, say, okay, I like to be quiet. Of course, who doesn't want to be quiet? But here it's not to a well-being. It's not the search for a well-being. It's the search for the essence. So, even that, I am not, and I can describe. I say, oh, I am quiet. Eh? So, from where this I am quiet rises? And that you already are. So you have not to make any effort about that. It's rather something added too much. I am quiet. But to understand already that, it's great. Yes, it's great. Because in the end, what can you do? Then you really keep quiet. Amen. It's about the essence. It's not about becoming. If it was about becoming, then we should all become detached, desireless, and saintly. It's not about that. You are the essence just now. If you were not searching for it, you would just see it. Don't ask me who. You would just see it. The thing is, as an individual, we take things real when they appear and when we experience them, you see. It's a different approach. It's like you are in jewelry, no? So you made a baroque jewelry full of beauty, but then you change your life and you want to make it zenner, more zen. So you quieten it. Does the goal does change? It's because of the goal you can do those things, those becomings, those changes. So the essence, you are the essence, you are the gold. We speak about that. Is the jewelry which is quieter and zen more a jewelry than the Baroque one? No. It's more or less beautiful, it's more or less deep, but this is becomings, qualities of the becomings. So I am not trying to indicate you to transform yourself.
Yeah, I know that.
So why do you delay then? You prefer the knowledge? possible. The Pandits, the most learned one with a perfection of knowledge, they prefer the knowledge. It's okay if they're happy like that, but you don't look happy like that. So see, maybe you have not seen. I prefer the knowledge of it. So will you go there when it presents itself again? If you do anything, any attempt nourishes the belief I am somebody. Any attempt.
So even the attempt not to land on anything is still an attempt.
Yeah, because you believe in the landing possible as true.
So there's absolutely nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do. Nothing. It's already here. And it is not your ownership. It's not personal.
Undoing is something.
Yes, of course. You undo because your mind still makes you believe very strongly that you are in the wrong place. Normally, you see, you should not run after enlightenment or freedom. You should see why I believe I am ignorant. To be so much shorter and direct. It's a thought. Instead of making this huge loop of all your life. And as a person, you will feel ignorant at times and enlightened at times. And it's like this, and it will not change. It's the duality. It's like that. But somewhere it has been seen, it's obvious. My essence is always here. That's why you see, you cannot idolize a person, because it's not a person which is free and enlightened. As a person, everybody can go back to bed. Huh? It's in a French sentence, but with our pretensions and achievements, which may be there, but they are relative, they are ephemeral. On peut tous aller se coucher. Se recoucher. Oh yes. You are a gentleman or not? I don't care because she has for it.
I don't know.
Be careful, you may forget your question.
Hi, I have a question. Is it the essence or the self something that is unchangeable?
Attends, the essence or
The essence, the self, something
self.
that is unchangeable?
Mm.
Or is it something that it keeps evolving itself?
It's not a state, so it's alive only when you give a. It's alive for someone only when you give a moment to it. Otherwise, it's always here. That's what I say. The obviousness is also a direct experience of someone, but who cares? He knows very well, because the obviousness of it will also go here and there, will also change. But the obviousness swallows the search, make it disappear. So you ask self, essence, or?
Yeah, that if the essence of the self or the self, I assume that is the same, no? Is it the essence, the self?
Yes, self, essence, to be, not to be, emptiness, fullness, absolute, or divine, all this indicates the same.
And it's unchangeable or is changeable?
It's unchangeable. If you feel any change, it is you who experiences that. Yeah. Because you see, for me, it is said the discovery is bottomless. For me, not. What is what is. What is bottomless in the discoveries? It is what it is not. Are you?
Hello. It seems conflicting what I just heard, and
About which one?
here.
Yeah, but tell which one.
So you say any movement is not going to be of help, or this is what I heard.
Yeah.
And at the same time I hear neti neti, not this,
Yeah.
not that, which
Yeah.
that feels like a movement.
Yeah, it is. It is. I know. I am at loss here, you see. I know. But at least, I don't know. I know that it is not the result of a practice. I know that it can happen at once out of the blue, let's say like that, to a few beings. I was not among those beings. So I had a long journey of neti-neti. My mind got empty. A lot of, towards emptiness. But it was not the result of that. Yet, I would not recommend to believe more beliefs. Because it is the belief. A belief is what? One hooks at something taken for truth that he can trust. And that movement itself looks, that is the realization which will show you, and you will say, looks like veiling. Yeah. So in that way, I prefer this path, negative path, but no path will lead it. I cannot answer. I'm sorry.
And in the case of Neti Neti, I'm still confused how. Is it a shifting away of attention from the objects, or is it more just seeing them?
It's just, whatever, whenever, doesn't matter the time you took, but the moment you see that you are fully identified with something, suddenly because of the investigation, you say, where am I? I'm completely whatever. So I'm not this. It belongs to the person I know. My essence is not this.
So it's not a moving away from it, it's just
no, you
noticing.
just see. You
Yeah.
just see.
Yeah.
Because it's about the essence, and you're confused. It's all about the confusion. The essence for something. So, no, I'm not this as an essence, as being. Yeah.
And in that sense, it's more like a relaxation from the object, then. More than like, or maybe it's too much.
Too much analyze. Just do it. I mean, if you feel better, good. Yeah, I cannot really answer. Yeah. Because you see, I tell you why. Because if it was, I had some kind. I'm sorry, I speak of me, but many can recognize. I had some kind of course, of attainment with the neti neti. Suddenly you are not taken so much into things, and you see them, and you know. And I even thought it was it. Because some qualities comes out of that, you see. So I was really taken by surprise when that left. It was not even that. So, I cannot speak much.
And how did that come about?
Just the shock that my master died.
Yeah.
But it can be something else. You don't need to poison me suddenly because...
But I remember you said that you for the first time questioned.
Yeah, all this went together, but it was not as a remembrance. It came apparently spontaneously at that time. But it's so different for everyone. So really, it's just to illustrate more that it is not the result of something. Yeah. For example, was already a few years with Papaji, and somebody unknown comes, and in 3 days he got it. I tell you, I had a bad thought. I say, what? I am doing all these things. Surface, devoto. So it was natural, but suddenly I got furious. I say, what? It's unjust. It's totally unjust. Of course, I didn't hook at that very long, really. But I mean, it's funny. Yeah. Who knows?
And it feels kind of hopeless to hear that there's nothing you really can do.
No, it's good to hear that. It's good to hear that. You are not obliged to anything. Yeah. But I think, you see, whatever is expressed has to be in a paradox. Because I say that, which is true, but at the same time, can you do otherwise? Meanwhile, if you delay, can you do something else than trying, investigating, all that? So it's the paradox in the mind will remain. So when I tell you we have nothing to do, it has to be heard directly. Otherwise, if you hear that through the mind, you will go to that aspect of, oh, I am not doing anything as person, and it will not work too. So I'm really helpless to tell anything. But I can denounce at least what it is not. Yeah?
Every time we have an exchange, I'm totally dissatisfied with your response.
Then go somewhere else. What are you coming
but what I mean by that is, it's not about, like, that's, in a way, the question comes from the person, yeah? And he wants, like, a resolve with his question.
Yeah, sure.
But it's not fucking about him. It's not about me being satisfied.
But that's great to see.
I'm satisfied with that. No, joking aside, it's not about getting satisfaction.
No. Because even if you get satisfied, you cannot trust it will, you can keep it. As long as you put a thing in time, what means time, you know? What means time? Something rises 1 second, boom, 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 and 1 second it's no more there, and it goes on changing. Time is transformation. Imagine this body. I was not like this when I was young. Huh? It's transformation, time. And in the cocoa it's the same, you're not the same. And the feelings too. And how come we still think we are that one? Everything is changed. Aha. So that consciousness, it's me. I rise like this. I arose like this. I was born like this. But from where this consciousness comes? It's not in time. Otherwise I would be in the mental hospital. I may be like you then, or what? No, this is me. How come? I base my knowledge of myself on what? On this body? It changed. On this mind, on these feelings? It changed. What is it then? It's just a confusion. I am only the one who appeared. No.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, and you?
I'm very good. I wanted to ask you what you feel about, are we always in the right place at the right time?
Probably yes, you know. We are helpless about that. And when it is very hard, difficult, and all that, we can take it as a blessing in disguise. We can learn something very deep that we would not have seen otherwise. What you are, you cannot capture, you see, so how can you speak of deepening and all that? It has no meaning. You deepen in knowledge, in feelings, in devotions, in gratitude, in this and that, and its opposite. It's not about what is.
Would we say that karma has to do with the doing and the searching and
With your existence, yeah. Yeah. Our life is a continuity of karmas, burnt or reproducing.
one which creates then the landslide, and then either we see it that is not the landslide, or we see it that, or we think it's a landslide, and that is karma also, or is that a choice in there?
Any experience, you can call it karma if you like. Any. No exceptions. No exceptions.
What is an experience?
Somebody who knows in terms of being able to describe, to feel, or to sense, even if it is in terms of I cannot describe, it's also a description.
Would an experience be something that is past?
It's generally
Can you
it's generally past, yeah.
So if you are experiencing it, it's not an experience.
Generally it is linked to past.
So if you are just, then it's just.
It gets into the future. So what about the present? Is there a present in time?
There is no time.
If you speak of no time, there is no present.
Or there is only present.
If you don't attach too many concepts there, yes.
Thank you.
This is so known, but I find so beautiful Zen saying, I look at the grass growing, I fetch the wood, make my fire and all that. What do they mean? I mean, it's everybody may do that, and then what? They still search maybe and so on. But you see, I guess they want to express that their mind is not fooling them. They just do, because they are still alive in this body, they just do things without attaching too many things and so on. So it means the pure essence in that shape, limited shape, they express, but it's still the essence. They don't make a difference. because the mind is not listened or hooked at. Now I would add, even if you hook at your mind, you are it. Even if you are hooked at your mind, the essence never left, it is always here. But the mind will make you believe, because I forget quickly. The mind makes you believe that you are this or that. It's only the mind. So the mind doesn't speak of the essence. The mind speaks only of what it does or does not.
So it's like we are stuck on extra.
Extra.
Without extra, then. Yeah.
But you will see that you are never stuck. That is great. That's great.
Because you are never something.
In the life you are something. In the essence you appear so. You see, the thing is that all those scriptures and all that are beautiful poems and texts about this. They are written in a special moment in the life of those. And they, of course, then they try to indicate what is. And it's very inspiring. But you see, they never speak when after they wrote they go to the bathroom, they make a chai or whatever, and they fight with their wives because of this or that. They never write that. So we think the truth, their life will be like what they write, what they wrote. No. In their life, we have moments like this. Okay. But life continues with its duality. And that is never in the books. And it could be a book telling both. But there is not, because it's not inspiring. And we need to be inspired. But I have to tell. It's my job. I have to tell it.
How was Papaji in that manner?
Same, as I described. And his essence was never touched. He was a magistral master in that way. As a master, magistral, impeccable. As a man, dual. And I met the master, so I am totally grateful. All the rest is life. I will not add a legend more in these fucking books. All hagiography and whatnot. It's inspiring. And we need inspiration. In that way, it's their role, that's beautiful. But about what is...
We are also here for a reason, no? Like
inspired, I hope. Because you don't see me somewhere else. That's great. Good for you.
I meant in life, but here also, yes. Like we are here somewhat to experience the duality,
In this world.
In this world, in this.
What else to do? Yeah.
To not run away from duality, but also to...
If you have the question in you, but duality, is duality came from somewhere, or is there a background in all that? that is a question in the duality show, in this mind. Very peculiar search, actually. Yeah. A master, you see, takes a shape to help you in your own language and search. But what he indicates is impeccable. Don't look at the vehicle, don't look at the finger. Look where the finger points out. Because if you idolatre the finger and all that, it will be a very difficult job. It will not fit your ideals, which is totally normal because it's in duality. Yeah? Yeah, hi.
I've just been thinking about the arrogance
Yeah?
that you were talking about at the beginning.
Mm.
And something that's kind of occurring about that is that it's, I mean, maybe you could say more about it, but in the sense of that it can be realizing that the arrogance of the separate mind self can be a kind of the right an attitude of maybe a shock and also a humility that comes. But
humility is arrogance.
Yeah,
because you transform something obviously arrogant into humility. In which way it will help to realize your essence?
No, it won't.
Ah.
No. And then the thought was, well, the essence doesn't need my arrogance or
nor
lack
humility.
of value or humility. So it doesn't need that recognition, but I need the recognition of it.
But you will not be there. That's the recognition.
Yeah.
There is only one recognition in that way. I don't like the word, but it's a self-recognition. It's a self-revelation. It is not somebody who has a self-revelation. Then it becomes an experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Something else before the end? No? Yeah, okay.
Hi, Ganga.
Hi.
Just a quick question, because something struck me. You said those books, they were always written when there was a glimpse, because it inspires and everything. Could you say that then the Zen books is written after that? It's just like you cut the grass, you go to the toilet, and life continues as it is. Not just to because then it goes as it goes.
Yeah, maybe I never thought of that, but
Yeah.
looks okay. Yeah, it looks good, yeah. Probably.
Not to put anything
But
down
you
of
know,
the Zen.
yeah,
but
it's just the thing. Try to see that there is not an after. Because the event of enlightenment can happen, and here, or one makes it a glimpse, or one doesn't play with his mind anymore with that. In that way, what has been seen in realization, it is always there, it has always been there. So there is no before and after. There is a before and after to the experiencer, the experience of enlightenment. You can speak like this. This can be written in books. But if you confuse, again, I'm very severe here, if you confuse the experience of enlightenment for it, you are gone. You are fooled like before. It was a glimpse, and you made it a glimpse. So, important, huh? In my life, I can speak before and after, but in truth, it has absolutely no meaning. Before I said someone, before I had an ordinary life, after I had an extraordinary life. How much is it good? How much this sentence is good? Tell me now.
It was the same before and the same after. It's just a thought that says.
Very good. Just qualificative, just qualities you put, and you believe the quality is better than another. How long? How long we want to be fooled? Thank you.